Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake your fire.
Wake your punk ass up.
Crust out your eyes.
Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5, 50 minutes into the hour, Fantasy Fridays. One of our things we like to do here in the morning show is we like to, on Fridays.
Oh, my gosh.
We like to do School of Sex. We get a little wild. We like to drink and we like to eat.
Yes.
Heather B is normally our chef.
I know where this is going,
She
Sway.
cooked today. And Guy Fieri just walked in.
Oh, no.
Critically acclaimed, Emmy-nominated TV host, chef, restaurant owner, author,
For real?
stripper.
Stripper.
I'm sorry. I threw that one in. I wasn't supposed to mention that one. All right. And he's officially tasting Heather B's barbecue chicken. What is that on his plate right now, Heather?
Okay, so I made I made a chili and lime chicken with chili rice and black beans. I have barbecue chicken wings with my own barbecue sauce. And he has the slow roasted wings. I also made lemon and pepper wings as well. And I'm freaking out. I don't get embarrassed that Guy Fieri is eating my food from my house.
Wow.
That's crazy right now.
Let me tell you a couple of things. Okay. One, you got Fieri right, and that's a bomb. Thank
I
you very
watch
much.
you,
Hooking
boy.
it up.
I slaughtered
the other thing I'm gonna tell you is I thought I was gonna be all gangster rolling in, bringing food for my restaurant guys. They're gonna love this because everybody's hungry in the morning. You're killing it with this.
Wow.
I'm serious. This is legit.
What do you think of the flavors?
Well, here's the thing. It's the depth of flavor. It's not just the flavor because a lot of times people think it's like flavor like, oh, that's got great barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
There's depth of flavor. I mean, the chicken's falling off the bone. It's tender. This has got marinade. This has got rub. This has got sauce.
Wow.
And the red beans and rice. Get out. I was thinking that when I got over there, I said to one of you guys, I go, man, are there any greens? And he goes, right here. And I go, no, that's salad, man.
Just do some collard greens. In another 30 days, I got you, guys.
Okay, I'm coming back.
Come back.
Guy Fieri is here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And how'd you know about the stripper thing?
I was there, dog. I was there. Man, good to have you on the show, man. You always provide us with a great food. In fact, you brought some food today. You brought some Mongolian wings, right?
Woo!
Some Buff Blue Sabi wings.
Oh, yes.
Morgan's garden salad.
Woo!
9 pieces of ribs and 6 whole pieces of California egg rolls.
My God.
Cedar plank salmon cuts.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
The Cedar plank is official, Sway. Like that's a special kind of thing right there.
When you roast the salmon on the cedar plank, what happens is the plank starts to burn a little bit, so it perfumes the salmon a bit while it's cooking.
Yeah.
And then I put this apricot chili glaze. We cook it down with garlic and white wine and apricots and jalapenos, and then you smear that on the top and roast it and kind of candies on the top of it. Now, it's not like when it came right out of the oven because we cooked this probably about a half hour ago at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm telling you something. I mean, the song's already been sung.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is it, huh? Heather B.
This is killing me.
Can Heather B do a guest chef spot at one of your restaurants?
Let me tell you, the night that this goes down is I'm coming back in for this.
Okay, all right. And she bartends, too. We're trying to get her extra job. I want to talk about Guy's Grocery Games. It's a new show, right?
I got to get Heather B on that show.
You want to get her?
I would love to.
Be on that
Man,
show.
let's go,
All
guys.
right, let's talk more about the show and take your phone calls. Guy Fieri is here, 888-742-3345. Guy Fieri is here, ladies and gentlemen. Grocery Games. This isn't your first, you've had a lot of success on television.
I've done a couple shows. Did you guys make that mix? That definitely was not a Food Network mix in my commercial. There's no way
we
Food
personalize
Network. Can I get a copy of that?
You want a copy of that?
Because that's exactly how that show needs to be introed. It is energy, and that was awesome. I know Food Network didn't do that.
Yeah. Hey, are these shows real? I know, I'm assuming yours is real, but I watch a lot of these Food Network shows and these competitions between chefs. Are the chefs, these are aspiring chefs. A lot of times they're established chefs, right?
You got to go through a lot. Like to be on Chopped or to be on Iron Chef, any of those things, you gotta have the goods. I mean, you really do. And it's, let me tell you something, the pressure, just because you got most people aren't used to having a bunch of cameras in their face or having this big, group of people around them. They're used to cooking in their kitchens and having a bunch of people working for them and helping them out. They get under the camera, under the lights. They get makeup put on them. They're just wigging out. And then this game that we did, this Guys Grocery Games, they come walking in and they're like, okay, I got this. I'm going to shop. I'm going to put the stuff. I'm going to cook. And I'm going to serve it up. And the trials and tribulations we do things like this. Okay, get your carts. 4 chefs get ready to run. I'm like, all right, get your carts. You guys are going to make a steak and potato dinner. And they're like, okay, I got this. And they're all fired up. And I'm like, 3, 2, wait. Before you go, you can only shop in aisle 6. And they're like, aisle 6? What's in aisle 6? So they go running down and they get into aisle 6 and they realize aisle 6 is frozen food. So they can only cook out of the frozen food section. Wow. And for a lot of chefs, including myself, I wouldn't know what to go get out of the frozen food section to make steak and potatoes, because you can't just go take and get a Swanson Hungry Man and just cook it up and go steak and potatoes. Yeah. You got to make something gourmet. And watching these chefs battle through it is hysterical.
What's the difference between, like, what makes it gourmet?
Well, I'm saying in the sense, like, we had this one chef that took frozen ground beef patties and then found some frozen demi-glace, to make like a gravy, and then went and found some frozen potatoes that he cooked as opposed to just baking. He mashed them into mashed potatoes, and he found some garlic in another dish, and he took that out and fried that up to make garlic roast, garlic mashed potatoes. So it's taking the ingredients you have available and improving the way that they would be presented and their flavor profile, and not just utilizing it as it sits in the container. That's just one of them. Now, here's the one that's my favorite, is at the end of the show when it's down to the last 2 chefs. Yeah. They go shopping, and I tell them, I said, well, you can't use your carts. They think that's the dupe. They can't use their carts. So we give them these shopping bags, like a burlap bag, like a canvas bag. So they go in the shop, and they come back, and they set their stuff down on the counter. So they've grabbed all the ingredients to make like a comfort dish. I'll say, like, make me something of like a comfort food. And so they'll come running back with their bags, and they set them down. And like, okay, now they're ready to start cooking. I go, oh, I didn't tell you guys. I didn't tell you what was going to happen in this game, did I? And they said, yes, you did. It's called No Carts Allowed. I said, oh, yeah. There's another one, though. It's called Bag Swap. And I take their bags and swap them.
You swap them out.
So the one dude gets the other dude's bag.
Oh, I like to see. That's challenging. That's a real challenge right there.
Heartbreaking is what it is.
Guy
20
Fieri
grand on the
here,
line.
Man. If you want to talk with him, 888-742-3345. We got Bryce on the line from South Carolina. Bryce, good morning. Say what's up to Guy.
What's up, Guy?
What's going on, man?
Sway, how y'all doing?
How you
Good
doing,
morning.
man? We're excited.
Guy, I actually just walked out of Dixie Supply and Bakery in Charleston, so it was pretty funny to look up and see the spray paint from the diners and drive-ins. But my question was, it seems like it's so hard to kind of convey and come up with different words to explain, another sense, like taste. Like, how do you keep coming up with different ways to kind of convey, how good something is without just using the same tired old thing?
You're pretty good with the adjectives, bro.
Bryce,
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I wish I had some explanation. Literally, people ask me that question all the time, like, so do you have someone that writes for you, like that makes up, like when you say something shamalama, that's like the shamalama ding dong, and they're like, where would one come up with something that stupid? Yeah. And I'm like, I don't try to make them up. I'm eating it, and I get in that moment. It's kind of like when you. Well, it's like when you hear music and then you start doing some funky dance that you've never done. That's my little funky dance, is the weird words that come out, and some of them don't make air, trust me. They're,
right.
And I want them to give me bleep. I really want Triple D to have bleep, because sometimes it's just, and I'm just laying it all out, and they don't give me that.
They don't give you the bleep?
But no, they don't give me the bleep. And I want the bleep. Everybody else gets a bleep, but we're kind of, Triple D's still pretty family showish.
Yeah.
All right, we got Alex from Phoenix on the line. Say hello to Guy, Alex.
What's going on, Guy? Buenos dias.
Buenos dias, amigo.
Yes, sir. Sway, ladies, good morning.
Buenos dias.
Good
¿Cómo está?
morning.
Good. Hey, Guy, hey, man, just to let you know, bro, I always smoke a blizzy at night and watch diners, drive-ins, and drives. I love the show even more. But my question is for you, bro. Have you ever tasted anything that was nasty or gross, and you kind of like, man, what do I do now?
Yeah, that's how, let me before I answer that, the spray paint thing that Bryce was talking about.
Yeah.
So I left this joint one time, and we were down in Mississippi, and it was a great place. We had a couple beers when we got done shooting the show, and I grabbed a can of spray paint, and I just gave a little tag, and it turned into like a 6-foot tag. I mean, it was just this big blown, and I got a call from my Food Network, my exec, and they said, hey, the tag thing was cool, but you can't be doing that. We're gonna get in trouble. So we made up this stencil, this carved out my fat head and a triple D and all this, and so now we tag joints before we leave, and it's just kind of my little thank you, high five before I go. So anyhow, I didn't want Bryce to think I forgot about that. But no, there's a lot of things when I try the food on Triple D. We've already done like a bunch of research, and I've seen the recipes, and we've talked about what it's gonna be, and so we really kind of sussed it out. We've broken it down, but there have been, especially back in the day, back when we first started Triple D, there have been some funky joints. And if I don't like it, you won't see it. I'm not going to go like, oh, this is great, and then spit it out.
Right.
But there was one time at a joint, and I'm sitting there and I'm tasting the food, and all of a sudden I thought it was a cat that ran by, but it was a big fat ass rat.
Are you serious?
That was it. Good night. Thanks for being here.
Wow.
We walked, and you guys never saw that. You never saw that episode.
Wow.
In
So
the
it was a big
restaurant?
rat. Were they embarrassed? How did they explain it?
Well, I don't know. I think it might have been like they made it was a farm or something. It was huge.
I mean, but how much are we to assume that rodents aren't in restaurants? I mean, why wouldn't they be?
Well, I'll
Like
give you
they-
this. I'll give you this. So I own restaurants in California. I have my restaurant here in New York.
Yeah.
But I make them give us the health department report. So they have to give us their most recent health department report and say, this is how we were inspected and this is what we saw. If we've got any kind of foul play, here's the deal. I got all you guys, checking these joints out when I recommend them, and I can't guarantee, and this is another issue, I can't guarantee it's all great, but I got to really at least make sure that the health department has been there and, they're legit, because last thing I want to do is send people there and have them get sick.
All right, Guy Fieri is here with us. Am I getting better with your last name, bro?
You're killing it now.
Okay, all
You're
right.
killing it.
Thank you,
You got
Heather.
a whole plate full of egg rolls. So I want to see what you think of these. I got to pass one down to B.
All right, up next, I'm going to taste the egg rolls live on air. Sway in the morning. Sway in the morning, Shade 45. We're to the point where we're singing. Guy Fieri is here with us. He has a new TV show on the Food Network, October 20th. This is air date. It's called The Grocery Gang?
Guys, grocery.
Guys, Grocery Games.
I don't know how they came up with the name.
Yeah, you didn't come up with the name?
I didn't come up with the name. They brought it to me and they said, "Hey, what do you think about Guys Grocery Games?" I'm like, I don't know. And I wasn't even going to do the show, actually. I was tied up with Triple D, which I'm still tied up.
Yeah.
And they said, well, will you just come in and shoot the pilot just so we can see what the show looks like? I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And then they came back and they said, well, we like to call Guys Grocery Games. I go who's the guy that's going to do it? And well, we really think you should do it. I'm like, come on. No, and I'm happy I'm doing it.
You're doing it?
But we
So-
call it Triple G.
Triple G, I was going to say.
So I got Triple D, Triple G, Triple X. Not yet.
Wow.
Guy,
Thank you for the symbol. Hey, by the way, what is this hooch I'm drinking?
Have
That's
a
why
beer.
you guys. That's why you guys have the curtains pulled all the time because you guys are drinking
Wait,
this.
he called it hooch. I heard.
And I called it jungle juice earlier because Sway said, "What is this?" I said, "It's
Panty
my
dropper.
secret jungle juice." And the guy called it Heather B's hooch. Little strawberry and watermelon macerated, and some vodka and some treats.
Macerated. Don't use words like that with me. I can't spell that.
Yeah, and some special magic that she put in the cup. Yeah, we can't.
Hey, wait a second. I got to do other shows tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
What exactly is going to happen?
Hooch.
But
What is
really,
hooch? What is hooch? I was watching Scandal last night, and when the president's wife was drinking in the Oval Office or
yeah.
something, he's like, she said, "Hey, you want to have some hooch?" My father gave it to us when we got. What is hooch?
Alcohol.
Hooch is like the concoction. You want some hooch? You
That's
don't
what it
use
is.
that word.
Nah,
You're from Oakland. Come
I
on.
know. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
But I'm NorCal. I thought that this was like you and I would be the only ones that knew it.
That what hooch was? Okay, my bad, guy.
Sway know what a hoochie
we're
is.
Northern California brethren. That's why
Dude, I can't believe you're from Oakland. That
Oakland,
just
born and
kills
raised,
me.
man. I'm more Oakland
now-
than any Oakland rapper you know.
Now this is going to get out of control because now when you come back to NorCal, we are going to be
We
in
got to chill out.
trouble.
Do you stay still in North Cal?
Oh yeah, I live up in Santa Rosa still.
Santa Rosa.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
a
got
little
the
bit of a
restaurant there?
commute trying to get to New York all the time, but it works out. But I'm a big Raider fan too. So. Come on now. Big shout out to my buddy Marcel Reese. Marcel, you know Marcel? Oh, the best.
Marcel,
the
man.
best.
Hey.
And we
You all right with me, man, guy. You all right. Where'd you get the hairstyle from?
Oh, there's a long bad story.
Yeah?
I was in Vegas. I went to college in Las Vegas, and when I was down in Vegas visiting a bunch of my fraternity brothers, and we're hanging out, and we ended up shaving one of my buddies' heads one night before we all went out. Don't ask me how that happened, but and so they were going to shave my head, and somehow the girl that cuts my hair found out they were going to shave my head. She goes, if you let them cut your hair without me cutting it, and I'm never going to cut your hair again. Well, I don't know how. So I ended up back in Santa Rosa, and she says, okay, I'm going to cut your hair. I'm going to give you a whole new hairstyle. I said, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. And so I sit there, and an hour, 2 hours go by. And she takes the thing off my head, and I'm like, are you going to wash the soap out now? And she goes, nope. that's your new hair color.
Wow.
And I'm like, is this a joke? So I walk into my restaurant. I got platinum hair, and everybody on the kitchen just like, what? So I kept it for a while, just kind of as a funny thing, and then it just stuck. And then when I went on Food Network, I had it when I went on Food Network, and I remember a producer saying, don't go changing that hair color. Yeah. So that just kind of stuck. But it won't stay for a while. I'm going to shave it off.
Nah, it's $1 million brand, man. Stick with it, man. That's about like branding, you know?
I'm going to figure out a way to fuse some relationship advice into this food talk because I'm not necessarily like a Heather B in the kitchen. So how do you feel about women who don't really cook? There's like a big movement of chicks that are like, I'm out the kitchen. I'm not cooking. I don't want the man to expect that.
Amen. I think take the power, take it in the direction you want to take it. My wife doesn't cook. She's not into it. I mean, she cooks, but this is it's what I love to do. And I think that but I think everybody should experience more about food. I think it's a great expression. And, I had a girl say to me yesterday we were doing a cooking demo for a TV station, and she said, I don't want to cook because I don't want to fail. I don't want to look stupid. And I said, you know what? Do you karaoke? Yeah. Well, if you karaoke, then it's far. I mean, you're hitting 100 people with bad music, you know. So I think what we need to do is I think people need to just relax about it. And here's the other thing: my buddies will call me and say, "Listen, man, I want to make a special dinner for my girl. I got a Bobby Flay recipe, I got an Eminem recipe, I got a Mario recipe, I got a Guy Fieri recipe, and I'm going to cook them all." And I said, "Have you cooked any one of those before?" No, I have never cooked any of them. I said, well, cooking is timing. You can't take 4 things and do them all at one time for the first time. So take it easy. Cook one thing at a time. Cook your staple rice dish, your staple green bean dish, and then go adventurous on the chicken. But take it easy.
Take it easy.
All right.
Guy Fieri, man. Look, I gotta taste the egg rolls.
Me too.
Hold up, Tracy, you got
Pass
one?
that plate.
Pass Tracy one.
I already ate mine.
I gotta give you some sauce on this.
Yeah, put some sauce
There you go.
on
Get
that
that over there.
Okay.
A little sweet soy sauce right there. Get in there.
Put it on mine.
Okay,
right
there you go.
Okay,
Never frozen. We make these fresh every day.
Nice.
Okay, here we go.
Go, kick it down. He's got it everywhere.
Oh, this shit. I just spilled on myself.
Ew, Sway.
Guy, you gonna wipe my mouth?
Dude, I was jumping in to help a brother out.
What you got to do with that napkin, man?
I get called out.
You gonna wipe my lips off, man?
I was just helping you. I thought it's gonna get on you. It's gonna get on your gear, and then you're gonna be all pissed at me. And I thought I was helping out.
Is that awkward?
No.
It's so good. Right? I ate mine
The
already.
bread, the shelling on the egg roll, is succulent and soft, and it sort of melts in your mouth. With the filling
Succulent.
resembling to me,
Oh,
it's
God.
the same intangible that I felt when my grandmother first made me banana pudding. But with the tang to it, that's wop bop a loo bop a hot damn doom. Oh man, I love it. Man.
I'm officially ripping that off. Okay, right after bread pudding, whatever the whatever that was, I'm officially getting that. I might just have to have him throw that into the show.
Yeah, man. I thank Little Richard for that. But that was great. And I'm not an egg roll eater.
Most egg rolls suck, in my opinion, because they make them and they freeze them, and as soon as you freeze vegetables, they pop and they become soggy. And those egg rolls are made fresh every day, and then we just quickly fry them. But I'm glad you dig that.
Yo, man, listen, bro.
I'm trying to hook you up with the napkin. I thought, you know what? He's got sauce dripping out and everything. I'm like, I'm just gonna help a buddy out. I get called out on it.
Yo,
man.
I was about to wipe my lips off. Guy Fieri, hey man, thank you, brother. Guy's Grocery Games. Make sure you tune in on the 20th. What's the date today, by the way?
Friday.
Oh, so okay, Sunday. Sunday night, 8 p.m. Check it out on the Food Network.
Yes.
Guys, Grocery Games, man. And thank you. You catered our Christmas party we had here at Shade 405.
Yes.
You provided
And I'll
us
do
with
it again.
food. Thank you very kindly, man.
But you got B. I don't know that you need me, but if I can help her out, you just I'll fortify the menu where she's not hitting it. But this girl's off the hook. I appreciate you guys having me, and I will tell you something. For years I've walked through the studio and seen these curtains drawn. I'm like, what is going on in there? Finally, I break the inner sanctum. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, Guy Fieri, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.